everyone, it's Nicole again, and today I have a really quick and easy tutorial for you. I'm making a really cute, colorful stationery set that I think will be a perfect handmade gift for Mother's Day. And this is really easy because I'm only using one stamp set. I'm using Penelope's Blossoms. And I'm also going to be using a variety of inks for every single flower and stem. So I'm going to start off by using a piece of 8.5 by 11 inch 100-pound cardstock, and I'm just going to cut that in half at 5.5 inches. And now what I'm doing is I'm creating a border at I think roughly about 1/4 inch. You can make it any size that you want to though, depending on the design. It doesn't have to be this exact design, but the idea is here for you so that you could just get creative on it on your own. So to start off, I'm gonna use this large flower, which I think is really pretty, and the ink I'm using is Ultra Pink. This is Hero Arts Shadow Ink, some of my favorite colorful inks. And I think this project is really fun and easy because if you have a lot of ink and you don't have a lot of Copic colors, I think this would be a great alternative to having something really, cute and colorful and really easy to make. So this next color I'm using is Field of Greens. It's a mid-tone ink. And I'm just going to go around and add this, and I'm stamping this directly onto the border line. You can't really see it. I did draw it on kind of light. I was able to see it in person, but on the camera it's kind of coming out really light, but that's okay. And now I'm using soft pink shadow ink, and I'm using this medium flower, and I'm going to be adding it to the corners because at first I thought about rounding off the edges with my corner chomper, and that's why I wanted to have something a little bit round at each corner, but then in the end I decided I was just going to leave it the way it was because I thought it looked really pretty. And next I'm using Mint Julep, and I'm just going to be adding this to the medium flower. I think that looks really cute, but I mean, you could get creative with this. You don't have to do exactly the way I'm doing it. You don't have to do flowers around the whole border. You could just do it on the top or just on the bottom or just in the corners. I mean, this set is really cute, and it even has this flourish that you could just put at the bottom, and you could even use the banner. You could make a monogram, and I mean, with this project and with this stamp set, you could do a lot of different things. So you could really have fun with it, especially if you have a lot of ink colors. I think you could get really creative with it like I did here. The color I'm using right now is Butterbar. It's a mid-tone Hero Arts Shadow Ink. And I'm just adding this flower just near the largest flower that I stamped in Ultra Pink. But again, you could place any of the flowers or any of the stems anywhere you like. I actually kind of like it just like this too, like with a little bit of gaps in between, and I even thought afterwards when I was looking over the video again, I thought it would be really cute to leave it maybe like this, and then you could take a black jelly pen and then fill in the gaps just with a line, or like even a full stitched line. I think that would look really cute too. And now I'm coming in with the soft cantaloupe ink, and I'm using this flower. It kind of reminds me of like a poppy, the California poppy. I think that's really pretty. And the next color I'm going to be using is Soft Lilac. This is also a Hero Arts Shadow Ink. And I'm just adding these near all of the orange poppy. I don't know if it's a poppy, but I'm just going to call it a poppy because it looks like one. And next you can see here I'm using Soft Pool. This is a really beautiful blue color, and I'm going to be using this large rose. I'm just going to be stamping that and filling in the gaps. And then I'm going to take this stem and I'm going to come back and use the Field of Greens color again. I think that looks really cute. And now you can see the border starting to come together. It looks really pretty, and you can see here I have a couple of gaps, so I'm going to be taking this neon pink ink And I'm going to use this little flower here just to fill in any gaps that you might have. And lastly, I'm going to be using this Dots Trio here, and I'm going to be using that all around the border in soft granite ink. And the soft granite ink does come off a little dark at first, but what's great about this ink is that when it dries, it gets a little bit lighter, so it adds, great color, and it acts as a good filler too. This little trio here. So I'm just going to add that all around the border. I think that looks really pretty. I even think that this would it might look even just as nice in black and might even pop out more. That's what I thought about after, but I wanted to be safe here and just go with the soft granite. I mean, it does look pretty, it looks soft. So just a quick tip here when you're creating the assembly line of cards, or if you're coming up with your own design for the border, I took a picture after every stamp I use. That way when I wanted to create the collection, I would remember the order that I stamped them in. So now I'm just going to be using an eraser, and I'm going to take off the pencil markings that I made for the border, and then this is what they're going to look like when they're finished. And hopefully, because I took a picture of the order that I did them in, they'll come out exactly the same, each one. I'm going to take the 12 by 12 cardstock, and I'm going to cut it down to 9.5 inches, and so it's 9.5 inches by 12 inches. And I'm going to create this score mark here. It's at half an inch and at 6 1/4 inches. Then I'm going to rotate it, and I'm going to score the bottom again at half an inch. Now I'm going to be removing this bottom piece here, so I'm going to use my paper trimmer just so that I have a straight line. And I'm going to trim off this bottom piece here. And this corner piece I'm also going to be trimming off. And I'm just going to fold up this flap for the sleeve and this other flap here. I'm also going to be using my bone folder just to make a really nice crease. And just fold it over like this. And you can see the sleeve starting to come together. And I'm going to be using my adhesive tape runner. And I'm just going to apply some tape along the bottom here. Didn't get enough on that corner there. So apply some here. And if you want, you could use something a little bit stronger, like, you could use the combination of glue and adhesive. That's what I use sometimes, but this particular adhesive that I bought is really strong. So I'm just going to go with that. And now the sleeve is completed, so I'm going to be adding in the stationery. And I was able to fit 6 cards in here. 6 flat cards. I'm using really thick cardstock. It's 100 pounds, so that's all I was able to get in there, with 6 envelopes as well. But if you're using 80-pound cardstock or anything lighter, you'd probably be able to get a little bit more in there. And now that I have that finished, I thought it would be cute to have this ribbon closure here. I even thought about making a flap for this sleeve because there is enough room there to make a flap, but I thought this would just be really cute, really quick and simple. So I thought that would be really fun, and you could probably make a couple of these all in one day because they're so easy. So now I'm just going to be making my bow here. I like creating my bows upside down for some reason. I have better luck that way. And I'm just going to be cutting off the ends here, a little fishtail end. Hopefully I don't mess up my paper scissors by cutting ribbon. And that's it. That's your sleeve with your stationery and envelopes, and I hope you enjoyed that. I hope I inspired you to create something like this, and I can't wait to see what you create when I go through the Flickr group. Thanks for watching. Bye!